In this video of the TED Talk, the case was actually very interesting, and I'd never heard about it before. And in general, I just thought it was really cool to learn about the specific case and this type of crime in general. As far as investigative techniques that the government used in this is they used a blockchain and to trace the path of the funds, which it was kind of hard for me to understand what a blockchain was based off of watching this video, but it seemed like it was just a database sort of that keeps track of funds. I'm not really sure, but that's kind of what it seemed like to me. But they were able to find the funds that way that had followed, starting at the FBI agents that were involved and then traveling all the way, through where the funds went and the way they were transferred. And a lot of their investigation was done online, and then the two agents that were doing the crime were very good at hiding the evidence of their money, so they had to, this database was really their only reason that they caught them in the first place. And then they started using this database based off of a tip by someone who allowed them to begin the investigation. I do think that anyone entering most kind of careers in the future will have to have a lot of experience or at least a good understanding of technology, because more and more technology is becoming incorporated into our everyday lives. And so I think it will be really important to know about it just in general, but especially in criminal justice. I think that it's important to look into crime using online resources even now, and especially in the future. I think it'll just get more important. I think that this case is just one example of how technology has helped solve crimes, but I do think that it happens in almost every crime. I think in most of my criminal justice classes, when we talk about cases, there is some kind of use of technology to some capacity in solving the crimes. So I think it will just become the norm, and the people who are entering the workforce with no knowledge just won't get jobs, because so many people will have a knowledge, and then the people with a better knowledge than others will be more likely to get better jobs. The main ethical issue that was revealed from this investigation was that there is corruption in law enforcement, which I think that is a lot more common than we think. I think it happens, and I think that it is something that needs to be prevented. In this specific example, the main ethical issue was that there were two FBI agents who were the ones that were transferring the money and mainly involved in the crime. And it just kind of shows that people who work hard to fight crime can also end up committing it. I think that this kind of corruption is common also because the people who are solving crime see all kinds of crime and probably have a better knowledge of how to get away with it, because they've seen so many different stories of crime and what other people do to try to get away with it and whether that works or not. So they're probably just way better off and more capable of getting away with it in the first place, which in this case they almost did. Overall, I thought it was a really interesting video, though, and I thought that the case itself was very interesting.